and welcome to the first ever episode here on Saxlingham Farm. Yeah, I've heard quite a lot about this map recently. People seem to be raving about it, so thought I would get a series going on here. So yeah, just sort of do a classic sort of zero to hero type thing where we're going to be starting with absolutely nothing other than the forest you can see in front of me here. So yeah, that's all we've got. And other than that, we've got not a penny to our name, and we're just going to be building our way up and seeing where the game really takes us. So yeah, sort of things we're going to be wanting are going to be what we wanting to do at least is go into like doing a bit of wood chipping and so on. So probably going to be just using this one right here, the Heiser mat or something along those lines. I'm sure I'll probably should be able to finance it first because that is rather expensive, at least for us to be able to board straight away. So yeah, let's just get ourselves initially started with. I would say it's best to do some contracts. Let's make some quick cash. That will do. I can't see how that's going to be too much of a problem. Yeah, I think we're on a normal difficulty, so that should be good. And yeah, I reckon that's gonna be a pretty good deal there. Um, so yeah, let's get started on that. So if I do borrow items, and we can get it going with a little bit of harvesting, which would be a nice change of pace because I'm not going to be having anything of this sort of. We're not going to be using anything of this caliber of equipment anytime soon. So let me just quickly turn down these settings real quick because that is very loud. So yes, one more down. That's better. So yeah, we're going to be sort of setting this up, and we're going to go get our way down there. And yeah, I will sort of meet you when we are down there. Okie dokie, guys. So we are back, and we've just made it to the field. So we're just going to get ourselves started with getting this harvest going. So we're just going to get ourselves nice and far out. And yeah, we're starting off not too strong by missing a large chunk of the crops on that left hand of the header. But anyway, so the sort of idea for this whole series is just sort of general gentle play, semi-realistic. I mean, I've got Fieldstone turned off because I think that's just not very a realistic feature. Yes, you have Fieldstone and everything, but the same quantities, maybe not so much. So yeah, the idea is just to have. I'm just playing along. I'm recording this for you guys. So, yep. And there's a local chav who has decided to give us a flyby. Anyway, so yeah, we're just on our way, finishing up with this field. But as I say, just having a nice gentle play along. I don't think there's going to be anything too exciting. We're just going to let the game take us where we need to go. So yeah, I'm just going to be doing this field here, just gonna get a bit of extra cash under our belt so we can then get ourselves started on our own land, because I don't mind doing other people's stuff, but I don't think it's particularly the way we want to be going for the rest of this playthrough. So yeah, I've got a few bits of the adjusted settings, just for like the emergencies. Like, we do have snow enabled. I mean, I know it's England, so that automatically means we've not got any snow whatsoever, other than a bit of slush on the floor. But anyway, so yeah, just a few bits like that we've just sort of altered, just so it makes it a bit more relevant to the map. So yeah, I've got a few bits like the realistic moisture on, made by Arrow, same like the financing and so on. Just to add that little bit of extra oomph to this playthrough. So yeah, as I say, I'm just gonna get on with getting this field harvested. It really shouldn't take too long. We've got some really nice big equipment here, so soak it in while you can, guys, because this is gonna be a long time before we can be using any of this gear. So yeah, we've just got to make the most of this lovely modern nice equipment that will make life easy. So yeah, as I say, I'm going to finish up with this, and I will catch up with you guys when we've sort of done our first load, and then after that, yeah, I will just finish up with the field, and we can hopefully get a bit of cash behind us. So yeah, I will see you in a bit. Right guys, we are full already. We've only just done one full lap and one length and half of this piece. So yeah, we're just going to quickly tab our way back to here. I do have the manual engine start on, so I do apologise if you can hear my keyboard slapping into itself. So yeah, we've got a nice little Mercedes-Benz truck here. This is a nice... Oh, I thought that attached. Has it? It has. Just wanted to lag for us a little bit there. So yeah, we're just going to get ourselves down to... Oh god, that stops on a dime. Jeepers. So we've got one car here, and I think we should be okay to get ourselves straight out. And then also crash into the fence, because I'm apparently a bit of a div. So yeah, you're going to see quite a lot of that. Don't be too surprised when there's loads of that, and we are really going to probably be struggling with this length of trailer we have here. Luckily, the field we're working on is just hop, skip, and a jump away, so we shouldn't have too many problems, which should be good. So yeah, just filled up nice and quickly. Going to get there down there nice and quickly, and we're going to see how quickly we can get this done. Oh god, I'm going to get beeped at. 100% realism there. Just take your lorry jumping over big mounds on the side of the road. Anyway, it doesn't matter. One thing I must say, I'm really impressed with this map. I mean, I've only played like 2 minutes with it so far, and we've already got like the sounds that you got dynamic, or not dynamic, but unique sounds for all the vehicles, which is really quite nice. Like, you know, the like traffic, you just hear a helicopter off in the background there. Let's just remove the cover, if I can remember. I think it's N, if I remember correctly. Nope, yeah, it is. Yeah, there we go. So we're going to fill it all up. I don't know how much this trailer actually takes, so we should... I'm hoping we can get it all in one load. If we have a look, we've managed to do, what, ultimately 3 passes up and down. I don't think there's going to be that much more in here. So we've got a really big header. So even if we don't, I'm hoping we can fill this trailer up, and that should do it. But no, man, I could probably just jinxed myself. I did say forward. Anyway, there we go. So yeah, shouldn't be too much longer now. Yeah, I think we'll be able to get most of this, at least 2 loads, into this trailer. So I am going to get this out of the way. Just down here, we're going to pop the cover back on, just so we don't want any pesky... yeah, anything getting in. So, yes. Turn it off. Let's have a way back to here. And, yeah, as I say, pipe back in. And on we go again. I don't think this should take too much longer. Maximum it's going to be, I don't know, 20 minutes to do this whole field all in all. So yeah, I will catch up with you guys when we are finished. Okay, so we're back. We're just about to finish up here. Yeah, we've left a few little dribs and drabs over the field here, but I don't think that's going to be of any real importance here. It's going to be a matter of litres, not of any real sustenance, so I'm not going to get myself too worried about doing all of this, because, as I say, we've got bigger and better things to be getting on with. So let me extend the pipe out, get myself lined up with this back section, tap our way over, and we're going to open up. So yeah, I'm hoping we should be able to fit this all in. There's not that much inside of the harvester there. We finished up only not that far away, so yeah, there we go. We are all done. I'm just going to pipe in, fold it all up, and yes, that should do us nicely. We're going to turn the engine off, we're going to flip over, and now we need to be checking. So we need to go take our left at the field, take our first right on a main road, follow that all the way down, and just take a left and a left again. So we're going to get our way over there. I'm going to see how much money we have made on top of just doing the regular contract income. So yep, just gonna see where we get up to, and I'll meet you back when we are up at the sell point. So I'll be right back. Just wanted to bring you guys back for this bit. This is one of the key features I'd seen of this that made me really want to play it. You've got the Ford here, we've got the depth gauge of the water, and look at that. I mean, if we get out from here, look, you can see the water just fading away. Even when we step in, it's just brilliant. And even you got like the wet tyres, which we saw as one of the new features here on FS25. So yeah, just wanted to bring you back for that because I just thought it's extra special. So really show, like, really shines on this map. It's the attention to detail. And yeah, there we go. That's all I wanted to bring you back for. Okay, so we just pulled in here. I'm hoping to God this is the right one. I think it will be. Yeah, there we go. Let's just get that unloading. Gonna move forward. Get the rest of... Oh, what is happening here? This is the right one. Oh, do you need... Yeah, we need to select the middle one. There we go. And then we need to select the back one. I do forget some of this stuff, you know, when you're playing with... When you're playing... when you've not played in a little while. So, yeah, I'm just going to stay with you here just until we have got this finished up. We are currently at 88%. So let me just switch again. We're nearly there now. I don't think there's any more that we could have got off that field. I mean, there's a few straggly bits, as I said, but nothing too, uh, nothing much with any substance. Okay, so we have finished that field, and we don't have enough. Oh, what do you do? I mean, what do we do here? Because we've got as much wheat as we possibly can off of that field. Let me double check there's nothing left in that harvester. No, I'm hardly going to find that there's... So what was it, 18,000? And that was half. Oh, okay, so that was a bit of a waste of our time there. Yeah, I don't really know what to say about that. I think, just hold on with me 1 minute. What we're going to do is, I know it's a bit cheaty, but I'm just going to spawn a bit of grain into the lorry here, because it seems a bit unfair that we've just done all that work just to receive diddly squat from it. We're just going to have to bear that in mind when... Oh, we can just phase through these. Of course you can. So, yeah, we're just going to spawn a bit of wheat in here, and we'll let that go in. Okay, there we go. We're all fixed up there. So I don't think 5k spillage is too much with that. So we'll just get out. If you guys think that's a bit too much, I'll be sure to take it off a bit later down the line, but I don't think that's too unreasonable, not for this game at least. So yeah, we have fully completed our contract on field 2 for harvesting the wheat, albeit a bit weird. So yes, mission was collected. Let's see, is there anything we can do off the bat? Okay, that's a lot on 42. That's a big field, but it gives us a real good chunk. Is there any other harvesting ones we could do? There is. That might be something to consider. Because there's a fair few more that I think would be worth doing just to bump up the extra cash that we do have. Actually, I think I quite fancy this. I fancy a little bit of mowing. Yeah, what we'll do is I'll accept the items for this one, and then we will double off the back of that, and we'll also do field 23. So we will accept the contract there, and let me just hop into the new piece of equipment which we are supposed to have. Don't tell me I did that. No, I didn't. Enter vehicle. There we go. She wouldn't let me tab to it. Anyway, doesn't matter. So yeah, we're gonna get all this nice fancy equipment on, and then we should be okay. The reason I sort of didn't go for a harvesting one there is because if we've had that issue again, I'd rather not have to cheat in more equipment just to remedy that. It's not something I like to do. We'll look into that a bit later down the line. So yeah. Oh no, we do not want that lowering down. What's happening there? Must have just fat fingered the keyboard there. So we've got some lovely kun, I think that's how you pronounce these. I think it is. Anyway, so kun butterfly mowers with a front mower on the front, not the front, on the front. Speaking proper English. So yeah, we're gonna get our way down here, and I'll meet you back when we're there. Alrighty guys, so we are back, and we will not back, we are just about to start up here at whatever this field is. I can't remember the name, but what we are going to do is we're just going to get straight on with mowing, and then we should have enough money to sort of get ourselves either something to start leasing with properly and gives ourselves a bit of overhead even, and yeah, let's get going on this. I do love mowing. It's nice and easy. You can get going nice and fast. You don't have any problems with it. So yeah, we've got this field and the one just over the river over there, to the best of my knowledge. So yeah, we're already at 2-3%, so it really shouldn't take that long. Not with these massive butterfly mowers. They never take that long at all. Not when you've got this level of gear anyway. So yeah, right. I'm gonna get my head down, get cracking, and we should be finishing up these fields nice and quick. up here on this field, I think we're going to run into some problems with the contract restrictions here. So I think we're just going to have to cancel one of our other contracts here, unfortunately. But I think it's going to be one of them things where we can't do too much about that, unfortunately. So yeah, let me just quickly check though. I don't think it's going to let us. Yeah, no, it's not going to let us use the equipment to do the field over here at 23. It's probably worth just triple checking. Because if we can do it, that would be rather preferable. And we could get a bit more money behind us, which is always good. Who doesn't like having more money? It's something I don't think many people will complain at having more of. So, off the top of my head, if I were to lower that down, unfurl, I don't think that's going to let us. Yeah. Nope, not going to let us touch it. So, as you might remember, we don't have the equipment. We just took out the regular loan, the regular contract. We didn't take out any of the equipment, or we didn't lease it off them. So, yeah, I'm just going to complete this one. I'm just going to have to, unfortunately, cancel the other one. I'm just going to have to progress with the money we do have, which, to be fair, is quite a lot. So, yeah, I'm just going to phase through here for some apparent reason. Anyway, so we've got 26,759. So if we have a quick look at what we can get with that money, I think I had, here we go. So that is 102,000. However, that does have its own power, and we would only have to tow it. So change? Nope, we don't want to even change that. Financing. 17,000 a month. I say we do that at a year at 5%. That's 8,925 PCM, or per calendar month, also known as. We're sort of 5% compound interest. I think we can do this for a year. This should really help boost us along, but it's also not going to take too long to pay off. So, yeah, let's grab this. We're going to go yes. And then I think if we just go back to the regular page, we're going to need to go to vehicles. Is there anything under like the cars and bikes? Do have this. I'm not quite sure that's got enough oomph to pull that though. So, we do, however, have the Mercedes trucks, don't we? So if we go into here, this might be something we can look into, which would obviously be a big bonus. What utilities does this have extra? Or do you reckon we could just get one of these smaller? Yeah, I reckon we could just get one of these smaller ones, you know? Difference between that and that, except that has a load more power. And if we go into here, they want to finance everything though. It's a lot of money. Do we do it? Is there anything else we can sort of add onto the front? We don't need a maze grid. Don't think we need anything along the lines. Do we need a front loader attacher? At this moment in time, no. I really don't see how we're going to need that. Standard engine gives us plenty of room to move on. We can also then come and put this on, and we do also get a front weight benefit for free. So I'm going to select the 400 kilos just because I think there's a rather heavy piece of kit, and I think unfortunately we are going to have to finance this again, which isn't preferable. I'm going to do it at, yeah, we're just going to do it at 6 months for this one. I don't think it's worth doing anything less, because I think any more we might want to quickly do a quick turnover with everything. Do we have any nice, easy to use modded trailers? Yes, we do. We've got a lovely Bailey high lift here. So I'm going to keep it in UK attacher, nothing different, same again. Unfortunately, we are going to have to finance this one again. Not what we're wanting, but ultimately it's going to be what is best for us in the long run. So here we go. We have all of our equipment here. First pieces. So we're going to get ourselves over to our plot of land and we're going to start cutting the trees down. And I think that shouldn't give us too many problems. It shouldn't give us too many problems. Yeah, it is a rather heavy piece of kit, this. I don't want to be getting one of these small ones because they are a bit of a pain to deal with. You know, they can just take... They either don't have a wide enough opening or they don't have a long enough conveyor bed on them, so you can't really fit anything of any real size on there. So, yeah, we're just going to get ourselves over to our... Not yard, because I don't have any of that yet, but we are going to get ourselves over to our plot of land, and we're going to see where we need to go. We do need to go on here. So, I need to stop in a bit of a div, and I need to look where I'm going. Yeah, I'm glad we don't have... Yeah, I'm very glad we didn't go with anything less powerful, because I think we'd have really started to come into some problems there. So, yes. I will meet you back at our yard, and I'll catch you in a minute. Come on, come on, here we go. So yeah, anything less powerful would have proved to be problematic, because we are trawling along at almost negative speed, if that is humanly possible. So yeah, let's we're just gonna place this down right here. I don't think it needs to be anywhere super special, as long as we can get access to the rear where the chute comes out. I don't think I'm going to have too many problems. So yeah, I'm just going to drop this off here. I'm going to get myself back and sort out the trailer. I'm going to bring it all back. Okay, so we are back in this very, very loud and noisy tractor. Maybe not the best choice for our first vehicle, but anyway, we are here and we have got all our equipment here, and I don't think we've done too bad. I mean, all things considering, you know, we've had that buggy harvesting mission and so on. So we're just gonna go up here, we're just gonna reverse ourselves up, because I imagine this is gonna be rather difficult in the future when we've got this trailer filled with wood chips. And the reason I'm doing wood chips and not just doing like the typical zero to hero thing of just cutting down trees and so on is mainly because on this map there is no just regular sell point for wood. I'm sure I could have added one in, but I'd rather just stick on the main map and we can just go do it this way, where it's nice and easy, got a nice easy storyline to follow as well, being we started with out other than a piece of land, and yeah, of which there's not really too much we can do with this. Oh, we'll just get out of here for one sec. And I think you have to enter these, and then you can... Oh, it's unfurl. Oh, that's cool. Okay. That says unfully fall. Pipe out. Ooh, that's handy. Okay, so we can only go forwards and backwards in here, which I suppose isn't really that much of a surprise. I'm actually just going to turn this off real quick. I'm going to get out. Just going to hop in, align this trailer up, take the lid off, and I think we will try to get a quick start on here. I'm not going to do too much, because I think it's just going to be a bit of a futile task to do so. So Okay. Oh, goodness. Yep, 100% realism. This is how all people treat their equipment, totally. So, yeah, there we go. Just going to turn that off. I don't think we have any opportunity to open cover. There we go. Now that is a cool animation. That's what made my day. Anyway, so we're going to get ourselves into here. We're going to start it up. Oh, apparently it's not unfolded. That is now unfolded. So we're going to get it turned on. And here we go. And I need a chainsaw. So we are going to get ourselves right down to the bottom. Chainsaws. And we're going to get ourselves a still chainsaw. Because why not? So we're going to start out with, I think, a few of these like thin, taller trees. And just in case you didn't know, if you are cutting down trees and you want to sort of control where they go in Farm Sim, if you cut from right to left, as in here now, if you cut from right to left, it's going to fall to the left, as we've just seen there. So, yeah, just a quick tip for anyone, just in case they didn't know that, because it's all useful information. If it helps one person out, it will have made my day. So we're just going to also lock the end off. There we go. And then we're just going to start our way back down at the start here. And we've delimbed all of this now. Unfortunately, we don't have a skid steer or anything, so we can't lift anything too heavy. So we're just going to have to cut everything down into quite short and simple to pick up pieces when we get a little skid steer, which I think might be next, because there's just no way we're going to get that to fit all the way around here. Not with that tractor. I know we can put a rear, I know we can get a rear piece on there, but I think we'll save that for when we're actually on our first farm. So yeah, as I say, we're going to do our first few loads on this. We're going to probably finish this one tree up. Oh, there we go. Wouldn't let me find that for a second. I reckon we can get away with something a little longer here. Just remember, I do also have super strength on, because otherwise it'd make me chop it up into pizza-sized slithers, of which it would take us absolutely forever. So let me just put this back, and we are going to, so it's 183 kilos, so we are Superman. Yep, but I think, how much did I go in? Has it already gone through? I'm not sure. Anyway, we will just keep loading all this stuff up. I know it's not ideal, but we will be able to move more and more of this as it all goes on. Just keep going. We're going to do this one tree, and I think that's going to do it for us for this first episode. And yeah, we're just going to see how many wood chips we get from this one tree, because I say we've got a lot of trees here, so we're going to want to know roughly what we're getting ourselves into here. Actually, let's have a quick check. No, there's none of these. Pipe out wood chips. Aha! There we go. Just need to keep that on, I believe. So if I get out, that should keep going. So far, we have 4,400 litres. So that should net us some good cash. If anything, what I might do is I might just slow our progression down a touch and turn us onto the hard preset. I don't think that will be 100% necessary, but it depends on sort of how much money we make off this first tree. As I say, I know we could do and fill the whole trailer up, but I think we just do this one tree and see where we get up to. That'll be a nice place to finish off. And with that, we can sort of adjust where we're going to be in terms of financials and see how quickly we can progress. Now, that financing mod was done by Arrow. He does some really cool stuff. I think he's recently come onto the scene with more notable stuff with FS25. But yeah, please go use this mod on your server. Or your server. Sorry, I'm used to running my farming sim and armor servers. So yes, if you want to use this on your own playthrough, I can highly recommend it. I'm not sure quite 100% how it works, but I think we will be able to pay back this loan, or like part of the financing. I'm not 100% sure. There we go. Oh, and I think that has left us with just this, which is just a twig. So let's get throwing all of this in, and we'll see where it leaves us. At the end of all this, I'm hoping we just get a couple extra £1,000, as that would be really good. Next vehicle we get, I would like to buy. I don't really want to have to finance more equipment. I like to try and let this just be it. I don't think we will have too many problems with that. So, yes. I think we've had a pretty good start so far. I mean, it's not anything super duper, but it also allows us to progress pretty quickly without staying stagnant for too long when it comes to staying in the early stages too long. As I say, I'd also probably quite like to buy a grass field just so we can start with that, and I'd quite like to do a bit of like the palletization and pelletization for the wood chips that we got on, not the wood chips, on like the hay and straw with the straw harvest pack. I think everyone got as a free DLC. So we will see where we're at after all this. Now, more importantly, is this going into the trailer? Yes, it is. We just saw the trail ends of that coming out there. Right, I'm just going to quickly throw these last in. I'll be right back. Okay, so that's the last log going in. Been mulched up into some lovely, lovely wood chips. So we have 8,853 litres of wood chips. As I say, we're just going to get in here and we're just going to turn it off because it's nice and easy. We're going to get in here, we're going to go flog these first bits. Sorry about the same concept here. On here, prices. Right at the very bottom, wood chips. As I say, there's no sell point available for them. So wood chips is, so we're going to get, we could really do with saving up until we get to January, but I don't think that's going to be realistic when it comes to saving up that long. We'll just do a bit more when we get to that time frame. So, best price is the animal dealer bales. So we quickly tag that. Whereabouts is that on the map? Okay, that's where we sold our other stuff. I think, what was it to? It was Z to close the cover. Yep, it was. Brilliant. Let's get ourselves up there, and I'll join you for the outro of this video once as we're selling everything. Okay, so we're turning in. We're gonna get ourselves selling everything up here now. I don't expect much money. As you say, we don't get too much for wood chips at this point. We do only get 335, I think it was. So let's just straighten up here. Let's not be doing this all wonky. Do it at least semi-properly. Okay, so we're going to unload it. So we're currently £1,024. What do we sort of reckon we're going to get up to? Okay, so that one tree has made us around £3,000, which is absolutely brilliant, considering it is one tree that's not particularly that big. So yeah, we're gonna finish up here now, guys, and yeah, just want to say a big thank you to you if you have made it to the end of the video, and yeah, thank you very much. I much appreciate you watching, and let us know your thoughts, and if there's anything you want to see, please let me know in the comments down below, and thank you very much. Take care. Bye bye.